Hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel, and in this video we'll be drafting a Victorian corset, okay, and I'll be showing you guys one of the method of snatching your waist. So if this sounds like what you are interested in, stick around with me till the end of this video. So here is my my paper. Here is my pattern paper. So what I did is, as usual, I measured out the measurement I'm working with is my bust measurement, my waist measurement, my under bust, and my hip measurement. So the biggest measurements here will determine the amount of box that we're going to have. So my biggest measurement here is my hip measurement. Okay, so my hip divided by 2, that was what I have here. Then I went further to divide the line into 2 to have for my front and my back. So that was how I was able to achieve this box. Okay, so now let me rule a straight line so that you guys can actually see the line very well. Okay, so if this is your first time on the channel, please do well to subscribe to the channel and also turn on the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. So the next thing we are going to do is to draft our basic bodies. It's not that hard. So what I'm going to do is, my waist, the neck width is 3 and the neck depth is 3. Okay, so I'll just make a connection like so. Okay, so now let's impute our vertical measurement. So the vertical measurement I'm working with bust point of 10.5, then under bust of 13.5, waistline of 18, and my length is 25. Okay, so I'll do the same thing here. Bust of 10 and this 10.5, under bust of 13.5, waistline of 18. Okay, so I just want to create a straight line. Then I'll mark the lines like so. Okay, and I'll also do the same thing here as well, and I'll do the same thing as well. So here is my bust point, here is my under bust, and here is my waistline. Now we are making use of the bust that technique. So my front length is 18 inches, okay, while my back length is 16 inches. So we have 2 inches different for the front and the back. Okay, so I'll just mark out my 16 inches for my back length. Okay, so I'll make it up like so. Make it up like so. So now, and remember the front is the back is 2 inches shorter than the front, so I'm going to be imputing it like so. Don't worry, you guys will understand it later on as it will try to align it. Okay, so this is it. So next we are going to do now is to impute our measurement. So the shoulder measurement I'm working with is 15 inches. So 15 divided by 2 is 7.5, right? So that's 7.5. Now for the front shoulder slope, we are going to be going down by 1.5 inch. Okay, so what we are going to do is to make a connection like so. Okay, make a connection like so. Now to get the chest line, so what we are going to do is your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5, the answer you get plus 1. Okay, so your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5, the answer you get plus 1. So that is how to get your chest line measurement. Okay, so that is what you see me do here. So this is it. So I'm going to be taking 9.25. So I'm drawing the chest line on both the front and the back. Okay, that's how to get the chest line measurement. So I just make a connection like so. Okay, so we have gotten our chest line, right, for both the front and the back. So the next thing we are going to do is, here we have 7.5. okay, for our shoulder is 15. Okay, so 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. okay, then for the shoulder slope, I came down here by 1.5. That is for the front. Now for the back, we are going to be having our the neckline is 3. Okay, our neckline is 3 inches by 1 inch. That is the standard for the back. So I'll just make a connection like so. Then the shoulder is 7.5. That's 15 divided by 2. Then the shoulder slope is 1. So what we are going to do is to make our connection like so. Okay, so make a connection like so. So the next thing we are going to do now is to impute our chest line, the shoulder measurement, so I'll have a straight line. So here is 7.5, and we'll also come down here by 7.5. Okay, then you do the same thing to the back as well, 7.5. So here is my 7.5. Then I'll make a connection like so. Okay, then I'll also make a connection like so. Also make a connection like so. So the next thing we're going to do here is we want to create a curve at the armhole line. So you're going to be going here by to go up at the front line. You're going to be going up by 2 inches. Okay, go up by 2 inches. Now for the armhole for the back, you're going to be taking your tape like so. That is from your shoulder super, measure what you have at the chest to the chest line and divide it by 2. Then you mark the midpoint for the back. Now for the back, you're going to be going in by half an inch. Okay, and for the front, you're going to be going in by 0.75. So the next thing is just for us to make a connection like so. Okay, and also make a connection like so, right? So now once this is done, the next thing for us to do is to impute our measurement. So the first thing first, I'm going to be imputing our bust point measurement. So the bust point I'm working with here is 7 inches. So 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. So I'll just take out my 3.5 on this my bust point line all the way down. Okay, 3.5, and I'll also do the same thing here, 3.5. Okay, so I would take my and do the same and mark it all the way down, 3.5. Okay, so here's my 3.5. So the next thing we are going to do now is I'm making use of a dart of 1.5 for the waistline for the front. Okay, so now first thing first, let's impute our bust measurement. So the bust measurement I'm working with is 37. So 37 divided by 4 is 9.25. So I'll mark out my 9.25 here. Then I will take my tape now, my marker pen, and mark out, make sure that this line align with this line here. Okay, make sure that this line here align with this line. Then I'll just mark it like so. Okay, so here is the armhole for the front. Here the armhole for the front. Now for the back, this is a corset and it's going to be having a lacing at the back, so there don't be any need for any back tightening for it. Okay, because it will definitely snatch. Okay, so definitely relax well on the back. So we'll not be doing anything like back tightening here. So what we are going to do next is to impute our bust measurement. So the bust I'm working with here is 9.25 as well. So I'll just mark out my 9.25. Then I will make a connection like so. I'll just make a connection like so. So this is for the front. Okay, for the back. So now the next thing we are going to do is I've imputed my bust measurement. So my waist measurement. So remember we're making use of 1.5 waist measurement, 1.5 for the dart at the waistline. So what I'm going to do is to take out 0.75. Okay, 0.75 here. Okay, and 0.75 here as well. This is my dart. Then at the bust point here, I'm going to be coming down by 1. Okay, this is to avoid any form of smile lines. Okay, any form of pointy edge at the bust point line. So I'll make a connection like so. Then I'll also make a connection like so. Then for the where the dart will terminate, I'll just go up here by 2 inches. Okay, then I'll just mark it out like this and mark it up like this. I hope you understand. So now let's impute our waist measurement. So the waist I'm working with here is 28 inches. Okay, so 28. I've not snatched the waist. Okay, so I'll show you guys how to do that. So stick around. So watch this video till the end. So what I'm going to do now is to my waist is 28. So 28 divided by 4 is 7 inches. Okay, it's 7 inches. So remember we took out 1.5 inch here, 1.5 inch here. So I'm going to be replacing the 1.5 here. Okay, so that is for the waist. Now for the we do the same thing here. So now the darts we are working with, let's take our darts for the back. That is the same 3.5. Okay, 3.5 darts for the back. So then 3.5. Okay, 3.5. Then we'll make a connection like so. Make a connection like so. Okay, then we'll go up from the chest line, go up by 1. Okay, this is a corset, so go up by 1. So I'll just make a connection like so. So the dart we are going to be using is 1 inch dart for the back. So that is ½ inch on this side and ½ inch on this side. Then at the hemline here, we're going to be going up by 2 as well. Then we'll make our connection like so. Make our connection like so. And then okay, so this is it. So now let's impute our waist measurement. So the waist I'm working with is 7 inches. Okay, it's 7 inches. So 7. Then remember we took out how many inch that's here? 1. So I'm going to be replacing that here. So the hip line I'm working with, is 37. So 37 divided by 2. Okay, so make sure that wherever you want your corset top to end, that is the hem of your corset, that is where you're going to be measuring as your hip line. It can be your upper hip line, so but it's advisable for it not to go to your lower hip line. So my upper hip line here is 35 divided by 4. I'm taking out ½ inch, 1 inch here, so I'll make it 9 here. Okay, so I'll go to the back and do the same thing here as well. I'll take out 9. Okay, so let's make our connection now. This is it. Then I'll mark out like so. Okay, then I will mark out like so. So now we've already created our basic bodies. So the next thing for us to do now is to alter these basic bodies into a Victorian corset, right? So now what we are going to do, first thing first, okay? First thing first is this. So you are going to go to your shoulder line, okay? So this is your shoulder line for the front. So you mark what you have here, then you're going to be dividing it by 2, okay, to get your mid shoulder point, dividing it by 2. Okay, then I'll connect it to the bust point here. Okay, connect it to the bust point. So this is it. Let me take out. So this is it. Connect it to the bust point. Okay, so the next thing next thing is we are going to determine our cleavage length. Okay, how deep you want your cleavage to be. So but for this, the cleavage I'm working with, I want to have a kind of a sweetheart neckline. So the cleavage I'm working with here is, I'm making use of my 8 inches. Okay, I'm making use of 8 inches here. Then at this point here, I'm making use of 7. Okay, I'm making use of 7. So what we are going to do is to make our connection like so. Okay, we make our connection like so. You can see the way I'm doing it. Okay, make a connection like so. Okay, then you take it to the armhole. It's going to be a sleeveless it's not going to be having a yoke, so you're going to be taking it to the armhole. Okay, I'm going to be taking it to the armhole line like so. Okay, I'm going to be taking it to the armhole line like so. So that is that for the front. So the next thing is just for us to do our over bust contouring. Okay, over bust contouring, because without this, if you fail to do your over bust contouring, your corset might not lie perfectly well for you. Now, how do we do our over bust contouring? Now, the if you are working for a medium size, a small size, you can go in here by, you are going to be going in here by 0.75. Okay, please don't do ½ inch, because ½ inch might not tighten the over bust for you very well. So 0.75 here and 0.75 here as well. Okay, and 0.75 here, so making 1.5. But if you are working for a plus size or a higher size, you can take in 1 inch here, 1 inch here on both sides, so making 2 inches. I hope you get. So once that is done, the next thing for us to do is to go up by 1 inch here from the bust point. Sorry, from the bust point here, you're going to be going up by 1 inch here. Then you make a connection like so. I hope you understand. You'll make a connection like so. Okay, so you can see the way I'm making the connection. Make a connection like so. Avoid two curvy lines. Okay, avoid two curvy lines. So make a connection like so. Once this connection is made, now the next thing we are going to do is to contour our underbust. Okay, this is the several method that you can use to contour your underbust. So what I did is, you're going to be measuring your, these are our underbust line. Okay, so you're going to be measuring your underbust line. So you measure what you have, you measure your under bust measurement. So the under bust I'm working with is 31. So 31 divided by 4, okay, you're going to be having 7.25, right? So 25. So this 7.25. So you mark it out like so. Then you measure what you have here. Okay, so what I'm having here now is 1.75. So the remaining the extra inches that we're going to be using to contour our underbust here is 1.75. Okay, so now just watch me closely at this point here. Okay, at this point here, we are going to be going in by that we are going to be sharing the 1.75, but this part will take the higher part of it, and this front will take the lesser part of it. Okay, so now what we are going to do is this. We are going to be going in here by from this dot line here. Okay, from this dot line here, you go in by half an inch. Okay, go in by half an inch, and from this part here, you're going to be sharing the remaining part. Go in by 1.25. I hope you understand. Going by 1.25 here. So what we have, you go in by half an inch, so it's complete 1 point. Okay, half an inch. So the next thing we are going to do now is this. Remember, we added 1 inch here to the hip line. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be coming in here by half an inch. Okay, coming in here by half an inch, then I would make my connection. Okay, so at this then here also I don't want to have a so coming in here by half an inch as well. Then I'll make a connection like so. Okay, make a connection like so. Then at the bust point from my waist to, I'll make a connection here like so. Okay, then I would take my curve here now. Make sure that you don't have any sharp points. Okay, make sure you don't have any sharp points. So at this point here, I will make a connection. Sorry, at this point here. Okay, I'll make a connection like so. Okay, I'll make a connection like so. So make sure you don't have any sharp points. So here is it. So I can now use my I make a connection like so, like this. Now for the other parts here, what you're going to do is I'll just make a connection here. Okay, I'll just make a connection like so here. Then I'll connect it to this point. Connect it to this point. Okay. Okay. So our Victorian corset is coming to shape. So remember, we've not imputed our our bust points, our bust line. Okay, so remember the front is longer than the back by 2 inches. So at this bust point line here, you are going to be coming down here by 2 inches. Then you will make a connection to the bust point. Okay, please don't forget this. It's very, very important. Make connection to the bust point. Okay, so once that is done, we are going to be, I want to snatch this by 2 inches. I want to snatch this waist by 2 inches. So I'm going to be creating a star line. Okay, I'm going to be creating a star line at this waistline here. Let's see what we have here. I want to snatch the weight by 2 inches. So I'll be taking 1 inch from the waist measurement. Sorry, 1 inch from the waist measurement for the front, and also 1 inch for the waist measurement at the back. I hope you understand. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is this. I want to create a style line. Okay, so depending on the number of style lines that you want, that is what you're going to be creating. Okay, so this is one of the several methods that you can actually use to contour your waist, to cinch your waist. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to measure what I have from here to here. So I have okay, this is what I have. Then I'm going to be dividing it into two. Okay, I'm going to be dividing it into two. So this is it here. So what I'm going to do is I'll just create a line like this. Okay, I'll just create my line like this. Create my line like this. Then I'll also create a line like this. Okay, you can make it slanted, you can make it straight. So depending on what you want. Okay, so next thing, remember I said I want to snatch my waist by 2, so I'll be taking 1 inch from the front and 1 inch from the back. Okay, so now remember I'm taking 1 inch, so that 1 inch now I'll be having half inch here and half inch here. Okay, so when that is done, I'm going to be making a connection. I'll just go up here by 2 inches. Okay, I'll go up here by 2 inches, so I'll make a connection like this, and like this. Then I'll go up here and also make a connection like this. Okay, I hope you understand, like this. So let me make let me roll a line here. So this is it, guys. So I've taken out half inch here, so we have one. This is the how many panels do we have here? 1, 2, 3. We have 3 panels. That is 6 at the front. So now if you still want to go further to create your style line, you can create a style line here. Okay, you can create a style line at this line here. So let me make a style line here. So basically there is no big deal about Victorian corset. The only thing is just for you to snatch your waist. Okay, then you create your style line. So I can decide to create a style line here, then add my boning to it. So this is how to this is one of the several methods I can use to snatch your waist. So once that is done, then I have from here to the bust point. So this is it. What I have from here to the bust point, I have 4. So let's measure what we're going to be having here. Okay, so this is the shortage here. So here is the shortage. So you just mark it up like this, then you will blend it. So you're going to be blending it. So this is the shortage. Okay, I'm going to be blending it. Okay, I hope you understand. So once that is done now, so let's assume you want to add, this is how to add a yoke. Let's assume this is how you want to add a yoke. So what you're going to do is this. You're going to be connecting, we want to tighten our yoke. We're going to be connecting from here to this point here, okay, and from here to this point here, okay. So this is our yoke, okay, this is our yoke. All you're going to do is to make sure that you add 0.75, you add to the yoke line, okay. This is how to do a yoke. You add to your yoke line so that you not have shortage. Okay, so this is how to actually add a yoke. But remember, we are not making use of yoke here. So this is how to tighten your yoke. This is how to tighten. You already tight at the end of the day, you're going to be closing. So this is how to actually tighten your yoke. Okay, so that is that about the front. So I'll work on the back now. Then we'll cut out and you'll see how the whole thing looks like. Now for the back, I want to use a lacing bar for the back. First thing first is to determine our cleavage length, cleavage for the back. Okay, so this is how I want it to be. Okay, so this is how I want it to be. I want it to come down a little bit lower. So this is how I want it to be. Okay, so this is how I want it to be. Okay, so once it's like this, the next thing for us to do is to create our line. Okay, so I want to have a modesty panel here, so making use of 2 inches. Okay, here is 2 inches, then 1 inch for the M line. Then I'll make a connection like so. Okay, I'll make a connection like so. I'll make a connection like so. So now the next thing we are going to do um is to divide. We want to create another style line. Okay, so it's to divide what we have from here to the waistline. Then we just take it like this. Okay, we'll divide it, then we'll just create another style line at the back. Create another style line at the back. So once that is created, the next thing is just for us to take half inch, half inch. Remember, we're snatching the waist, half inch, making one. Then we are going to be at this point here. I want to tighten this side by 0.25, 0.25. Okay, so I'll just mark it up like this, and also like this. Then I'll go up here by 2 inches. Okay, I decide to even come down, go up here by 2 inches. Okay, so this is our Victorian corset. So let's assume you want to add a dart. You want to add the yoke. The yoke for the back is this. Um it's not hard. Okay, let's say you want to add a yoke to the back. So what you are going to do is that is this how to add a yoke to your back line. So this is where the lacing will start from. Okay, so at this point here I'm going to be going in by half an inch. Okay, I'm going to be going in by half an inch. Now this is our neckline, so I'll just make a connection like so. There are different make a connection like so. Okay, so this is our back yoke. Okay, so this is our back yoke. So that this is how to draft a Victorian corset. Now I want to show you guys how to tighten your neckline. For those of us that always experience neckline issue, I want to show you guys how to tighten your neckline. Now, how do we go about tightening our neckline? Now, for the front, this is the neckline. This is the neck depth for the front. Okay. So now for the front, you are going to be combing down by half an inch. Okay, you come down by half an inch. You can do this to any of your bodies. So this is how to tighten your neckline to avoid gaping at the neckline. Okay, so you make a connection from here to this tip here. Okay, connection from here to this tip. This side now is a dart that is going out. So this is the back. You are going to be coming down at the back by 0.25, at the back by 0.25. Then you make your connection like so. Okay, so you make a connection like so. So guys, this is how to tighten your neck line. I hope you understand. So now we are done drafting our Victorian corset. So the next thing for us to do is to I'll cut out this line here. Okay, cut out the midpoint line, this line. Then bust I'm working with is 9.25. Okay, so we are cross-checking our measurements. So try to always cross-check your measurements. So the waist I'm working with is 9.25. So I have with me here, okay, from here to here, I'm having 3.75. So I'll take, this is a dart. Okay, so this dart is going out. So I'll take that 3.75. I'll take it to this other dart leg, and I'll mark what I have here. Here is giving me 7. So I'll mark what I have. This is a dart that is going out. So I'll mark what I have here. So, and here is giving me 9. So we are short of 0.25. So I'll mark out my 0.25 here. Okay. So make sure you mark out you cross-check your measurement. 5. So I'll take it up like this and mark out 8. Okay. We are having excess here, having excess of half inch. So that excess of half inch, I can decide to add 0.25 here and 0.25 here, or you can decide to just eliminate it. Okay, so this is it, guys. Okay, so we've cross-check our measurement on this part here. We're going to be taking it to our bust point. Okay, to our waistline. Okay, we're going to be taking it to our waistline. So we've cross-check our measurement. Now I don't want it to be straight this way, so I'll just go up by 2 inches at this point here, and I'll also do the same thing to the back. So I'll go up by 2 inches. Then I'll just make a connection like so. Okay, I'll make a connection like so. Then also make a connection like so. Okay, also make a connection like so at this point here. So the next thing we are going to do is to close our bust darts. Okay, so I've shown you guys how to create your yoke. Okay, but we are not making use of yoke here. I've shown you guys how to create your yoke, how to tighten your yoke, then how to take it to replace it back so that you don't have shortage at the yoke line. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is to close our bust darts. So, and in order for you to close your bust darts, you need to open a dart. You need to open a dart. Okay, you need to make sure you open a dart here, so reaching to the bust point here. Then we are going to be closing this part here. So let's close our So let's close our dart. So once you close your dart, make sure you don't have any sharp points. Okay, once you close your dart, make sure you don't have any sharp points. Okay, so once that is done, you are going to be blending it. Okay, there's a shift here. make sure you blend it, you blend the line. Then we can now cut out. Okay, can now cut out. Then at this point here, okay, at this point here, make sure you also blend it as well. Okay, make sure you also blend it as well, so you can now cut out.